What's going on? It's your boy Danny Rainmaker Dominguez here with another hot video. It's been a minute since I came through, and here I am. I have some time today through all of the craziness of the real estate market here in Houston, Texas. I have found finally some time to bring you some value, okay? So, before we even get started, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you find this video added some value to you, go ahead and leave a like or a thumbs up to the video if you feel that this is something that you can relate to. And leave a comment if you have anything to add, okay? All right, let's get started. Have you been thinking about what you need to do or what it is that's stopping you from getting into something like real estate and building wealth? Have you been thinking, man, maybe real estate is just something that I can't get into because I need to do this and this? Well, today I'm going to address that, okay? Now, I want to talk about something specifically, and that is that when it comes to real estate, there is a misconception. And these are three excuses why people don't get into real estate investing. Okay? Number one is limited beliefs. So usually people look at real estate and they say, man, real estate is too expensive, real estate is too so what and so forth. And one of the main reasons that people don't get into real estate is that limited belief. And within that limited belief, they think to themselves that they don't have time. They just don't have the time to put forth in order to do real estate investing. The truth of the matter is that they themselves are limiting themselves or stopping themselves from building wealth, generational wealth, and freedom because they believe that they don't have the time. But how many people or how many times have you told yourself that you don't have the time and then you figured out a way to make time for, let's say, watching TV or going to the gym or going to a party? The truth of the matter is that you believe you don't have time because you are not dedicating yourself to that endeavor. If you decide to dedicate yourself to that endeavor, you'll find a way to make time. Okay? So that's a misconception. Number two, or letter B, is that people think it's too complex. Real estate is very simple. Now, don't misconstrue that with it being very easy. It may be simple, but it is challenging because you have to hustle. So people think that it's just too complex to understand. I mean, it's very simple. Buy something at a lower price, at a discounted price, and sell it at a higher price. It's that simple. It really is that simple. I mean, you can even look back towards rentals. It's the same conception. Buy something at a lower price and rent it at a higher price. That is how you make your money. You make the money from the arbitrage. Okay? So that's a misconception that people believe. They limit themselves by thinking it's too complex. Letter C is they think that they don't understand real estate. It's very frustrating when you look at it from that point of view because, as I just mentioned, real estate is very simple. Okay? If you understand uh, things that are obvious, then you will understand real estate. Because real estate doesn't take you going to school for 4, 6, 7 years, you doing a residency, doing an internship. It's very simple. I mean, it's simple math. At the most, you're doing simple calculations that you can go online and do. So people who say they don't understand real estate is because they don't want to understand real estate. Point blank, period. Okay? So what is the solution to that? Well, the solution is very, uh, deep and cherished quote that I hold dear to myself. and that is whatever my mind can conceive and believe, my mind can achieve. Okay, what does that mean? That means that whatever you think you can do, you will do. Okay, so if you think real estate is too complex, that you don't have time, that you don't understand it, then guess what? You won't. All right, you believe whatever you want to believe, and whatever you believe is right, even if it's not. Okay, because in your world it is, and you make it true. All right, so that's a whole nother video about limiting beliefs and mindset and things of that nature. But I wanted to touch on that. All right. So number two, what is number two? Very simple. Number two is people believe that they don't have the education. All right. They don't have the specific steps in order to get to real estate, or in order to buy real estate or get involved in real estate. That is an excuse. Okay. How many people have started doing certain things and had no education? Okay, I'm one of those people that I had very limited education when I started real estate. All right, and now I own several units. All right, now I've made several $100s on in real estate. But if I would have believed in my mind, hey, I don't know what's going on, I'm not educated enough, I need to know this and this specifically in order to start real estate, then I would have never started. Okay, so that's an excuse. Okay, now what is the solution to that? The solution is pay the price to learn what you need to learn. Find mentors online if you need to. Okay, find educational courses. There's various educational courses out there that people can go in and tap into to learn about real estate investing. That's what I did. Okay, I went online and I just learned. YouTube, there's many free sources, and there's also sources that you have to pay. But the point of the matter is pay the price. Sacrifice your time that you're watching Netflix or watching sports or playing video games, and sacrifice that time to learn something that's going to make you money. It's going to give you a return. Okay, a lot of people aren't willing to pay the price, and that's why they don't achieve what they want to achieve. All right, pay the price. Okay, or which is also part of the price, find someone who has paid the price. Find someone who has gone in and done what they had to do in order to learn. All right? There's many people out there, myself included, that have spent hundreds of dollars on educational courses, on mentors, on coaches, to learn the game, to figure out what's going on. Okay? Get with those people. Befriend those people. All right? Obviously bring them some value, because they won't give you, don't expect to get anything for free. All right? Don't expect that people are going to just give you stuff just because you want it. All right? You need to give something in return. All right? So pay the price. Find somebody and get with people who know the game. All right? And number three is people think that in order to get into real estate, you have to have a lot of money. That is one of the biggest misconceptions about real estate. I mean, I can tell you from experience that you do not need a lot of money. You don't have to be rich to get into real estate. All right? Okay? When I first started, I was far from rich. All right? I had no money. I had nothing. But I got into real estate because I had a desire. I had a mission that I wanted to be and I wanted to accomplish. And so I did it. Okay? I didn't make excuses. I went ahead and did it. I had no money, had no education. Okay? I had limited beliefs, but I still went in and did it. So a lot of people think that you have to have money. That is not true. Okay? I mean, don't get me wrong. I keep it real. I keep it 100. You got to have some type of money. I mean, you can't expect to come in and just everything be free. All right? Either you have money or you have time. Either you have money or you have time. You have to have one or the other. You can't come in and not have anything and expect to make something out of nothing. You have to have something. You got to come with something. So I had time, had a little bit of money from my job. I invested it into education. I learned the game, and then guess what? I started, and that's what I did. What is the solution when you think that you don't have money? Very simple. There's, like I just mentioned, there's ways to leverage your time where you can use that time to make money. Okay, I've talked about this on my previous videos. Look into those videos to figure out what I'm talking about. But there are ways where you can use your time and make money off of your time, because there's people who don't have time but have money. And then in your case, if you don't have money, you have time, then guess what? You have flexibility, you have more freedom to do certain things that these people with money don't have. All right? So use that to your advantage. And if you have money and no time, guess what? Get with people who have time and use them as a resource. Use them to find you deals. Use them to get you involved in real estate, okay? People like myself who do it full time, who have a license, who have experience, we know the game. You know, we know what it is and what it takes to be involved. We understand the math and the calculations, and we can run numbers, right? We can run analysis. Get with those type of people if you have money, okay? Now, at the end of the day, all that matters is that you get in. All right, now, I mean, I can't say it enough. Now is always a great time to get started. Look back at the history of real estate, and real estate historically has been the best asset class over time, bar none. You can look at that through the history books if you don't believe me, and figure that out for yourself. Everything else, there's ways to make money in all type of other assets, but real estate has been the most consistent over time. Point blank period. Okay? So with that being said, I'll leave it at that. Like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, reach out to me. If you need any help with anything real estate related in Houston, Texas, or anywhere in the world, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. All right? That being said, like I mentioned, peace. Catch you on the next one.